All right, you guys, so this is another personal reading. I am doing a sale of 6 card pulls for $10. So I'll put the information on the screen. But this one is a personal. Let's see. Okay, so ginger. There could be an emphasis here of speeding up digestion. And coconut water. Hydrating. So with the ginger and the coconut water, again, being hydrated, that's going to assist, obviously, pushing everything out, also speeding up digestion. And two, because when we get, it's like the poopy buildup, you know what I mean? That's going to start to cause problems when there's a certain amount of waste that's just sitting inside of you. And like the average person has 20 pounds of waste, you know? That's because of what's in our food. There's so many contributing factors of like why our food isn't being digested as it should, right? Cilantro. So there's also an emphasis with clearing out heavy metals. Cilantro's really good about cleansing the body. I have seen some really good droppers too on Facebook. I don't like a cleanse drop that assists with flushing the body of heavy metals. Okay, and then we have you inspire others and don't know it. So you could have some secret admirers and they're not telling you, right, how the things that you're doing in your life, how you handle problems, you're admired for that, and it's like people get shy in that sense where they don't want to tell you. Let's see what else we got. What brands are you consuming not adding up to your spiritual cup? So again, these are big brand names that, for entertainment purposes only, they spell cast over their product, right? So I've said this before, this is like a frequency control thing, you know what I mean? It could be the ingredients in the product itself that's contributing to your frequency not being where it should. So like Monster, Liquid Death, certain things that they know what they're doing with the ingredients and having like actual practitioners spell cast over the product. Okay, so then sitting right on top here, it's time to talk about or write about what you've been through. So there could be some parts of your story that maybe you haven't necessarily shared yet. It could be like a certain amount of people that you're supposed to reach in this lifetime. We've got pray to transmute any form of negative energy sent your way. So again, obviously in a spiritual world, right? It's so important to, I keep telling people this, pray to transmute. So it doesn't matter who wants to send you whatever evil eye, whatever, you're instantly transmuting. They're just giving you their energy. It's like we just say thank you, you know? Think about researching herbs. Okay, so this card basically, whatever problems you feel like you're having with your physical form, right? Research what herbs are good for whatever problems you're having, right? So, you know, if you feel like your hair is thin, rosemary would be great to incorporate in your food. Rosemary is also beneficial for protecting brain cells. But this card is basically like season your food with what herbs are going to be beneficial to you. So maybe like stepping up your meal prep, self-care in that aspect. Okay, and then sage your space. So that's why the pray to transmute came out. It's like there's obviously some evil eye, you know what I'm saying? And now it's time for you to really use that to your advantage, because you just being yourself, I almost said it's you're awakening people with your frequency, But again, you have the power to transmute anybody that's evil eyeing you, right? We got a sweetener check. So this could be if you're a coffee drinker, tea drinker, what you're using to put in your, I was gonna say morning beverage, could be contributing to your gut, right? Damaging your gut. Like I used to love Equal, and it's like I don't touch that anymore. And then right behind that is Detox. Rose petal tea is really good antibacterial. This is something you can actually, like, buying just like the dried up rose petals, very, very inexpensive, right? So making a tea out of that to not only drink, but you could put it in a bottle, keep it in the fridge, and you could use like cotton rounds for your face too. So that's just a very inexpensive way to not only glow up, but just continue to take care of yourself, right? Then we have Proverbs 13:12. So this is hope deferred makes the heart sick, but a longing fulfilled is a tree of life. So I always think of this. This just reminds me of like my childhood, you know, like it was a rough upbringing. And it's just when I was a little kid, knowing that everything was happening for a reason. I was always and ironically, I obviously didn't know I was going to become targeted, but I always knew that when I would grow up and be an adult, it's like I was going to have the power to make my life better. So a longing fulfilled is a tree of life. So this is also indicating to me that you will be getting justice, right? It's like, just remember that you didn't go through what you went through to just get to, you know, you may feel like there are things, either you're working towards a goal still, or in the sense of getting justice, everything's happening as it should. So confirmation on the detox. This one's detox your gut. So keep in mind too, if you feel like you're not digesting dairy, gluten, things like that, with a parasitic infection, they do destroy our gut, right? So if we're at that point where maybe you feel like you have IBS, like that's where I was at. Site cleanse is very beneficial. So I felt like I was losing my train of thought. You could like feel like you can't think. And it's like feeling like brain fog, flustered. Amp Up Your Spiritual Hygiene is staring at me as I'm saying this. Again, going back to the parasite thing, parasites are demonic, right? And they take over our nervous system and our way of thinking. And if you know that you have people who are plotting on you, right? Maybe sending some sort of fuckery energy, whatever the case may be, that's also why we always want to cleanse for parasite. Confirmation with whipworm. This is a specific type of parasite, but keep that in mind. It's like everything is connected in that way, like in the spiritual world. And we want to make sure that we're a step ahead in this, like just in regards to cleansing, feeling our best, staying prayed up, right? And keeping up with that spiritual hygiene especially. But also I feel like I should say, like, really bad brain fog, right? Or if you're getting up to pee a lot in the night, there are certain things that are also a sign of mold. So that's not to fear monger or anything like that. That just came to me, so I figured that I would say that as well. Last two, this one was stuck to the table, thyroid check. If there's any issues with your thyroid, there is a study coming out that thyroid problems are linking back to liver flukes, which are a very stubborn parasite, right? Clove is an excellent herb with assisting in killing parasites. This card specifically says make clove water. So if you were to buy whole cloves from the store, boil them for about 10 minutes, you could drink that as a tea water. And we want to make sure we take a binder with that, right? So bentonite clay, if you're able to order that, in conjunction with cloves would be phenomenal, right? Clove water also would be very beneficial for oral health, teeth,